every day, I love to start my mornings by taking a nice shower, preparing a warm cup of coffee, and reading about the AI news. What I do is I go to Nitido AI and I read about 10 minutes of the best AI news. After reading for so many hours in a week, I always have good stuff to talk about. And that's why I have my personal newsletter here. The thing is, this whole newsletter of mine, everything that you see here, plus all its editions, is written automatically by a system that I created. This system will do the research for me, will proofread it, will double check that everything that I am claiming here is true, and at the end of the day, I, the human behind the system, will just proofread it, double check, change whatever I want to change, and that newsletter issue will be uploaded to my website, as you can see here, plus an email will be sent to my newsletter subscribers. This is a system that every single business owner who is serious about building the audience should have. And I am going to be showing you today exactly how I built it. My name is Marcos Lima. I am the founder of Can AI Do It? And I help founders and heads of marketing to go from inconsistent content that you know you should be publishing, but you don't have time or enough capacity to do all at once, to creating a system that will carry over your voice, your brand's colors, and will publish consistently high quality content. If you like this kind of subject, leave your like and let me show step by step how this was done. So everything starts with an idea. After reading this week's news, something that caught my attention is the fact that ChatGPT ads will expand across Europe, as you can see here. So this means a huge opportunity for people who is working with ads, because now they can advertise for the European bloc using ChatGPT. Okay, so what I do is I read everything about it. I think it's worth sharing with my audience. All that I need to do to start with is grab the link of this news here, and then I'm going to go to a Claude project that I created. And in here, all that I need to do is either give an idea or copy a link or even something very abstract of what I want to talk about, and Claude will start doing its thing. So this project was set up to have a full research done for me, to have fact checked done for me, images created for me, as you are going to see now. So everything that I need to do here is tell it, this is going to be the next edition. And then I will just copy the link to the article and press enter. Now, as you can see, I'm using Claude Pro, which is the cheapest plan that they offer. So to this kind of work, I kind of need to monitor a little bit my Windows usage here. As you can see, so far I have used 6% of my 5 hours allocated quota. So let's see how much it will consume from this quota. So what is happening here right now is I gave the topic, but the system is not just using this link to do a research. First, it's searching the web to make sure that this information is correct. So it's not relying only on one link, but it's searching the web and seeing if other websites, credible websites, also spoke about it. This again is one of the rules that I put on the system to make sure that whatever I am writing about is credible and is backed up by more than one source. Now, what you can see here is that Claude gave me a brief overview of what the news are. It confirms that it's solid news, so we can move ahead. And now I'm going to be answering some questions that I set up on this system to make sure that every issue goes out with my personality, to make sure that there is a human element to the content that we are outputting. For example, the first question is, what is the angle or goal for this issue? Then we have here the options. The emotional bond risk. People talk to ChatGPT like a confidant, unlike a search bar or a feed. Ads slotted into that kind of exchange are a different, more persuasive thing than a banner ad. I totally agree with that. Okay. And the other options that we have is a straightforward business story and the opt-out illusion. I want to go with the first option. Who is the audience for this issue? In my case, I work with two people, mainly business owners and head of marketing, but I also have what I call the AI curious, which is people who is at the top of the funnel. They don't know that what they want yet for their business, or maybe they don't even have a business yet, but they are curious about AI. So these are the two people that I consider to be my audience. And the second question is, who is the issue for? In this case, who am I writing to? Okay. And because I'm talking about ads in ChatGPT, I am talking mainly to business owners here, to people who want to do marketing in that ChatGPT tool, but I also want those AI curious people to know that from now on they will be seeing ads on the conversations with ChatGPT. So I will say it's both. And any personal story of yours to weave in, that's a very important question. There are issues that I write about where I have a personal story to tell about that. And that really makes that content way more relatable. Because first, people love stories. And second, once you have gone through something, the chances of someone else having gone through that is also very, very high. Okay. In this case, I don't have a personal story for this newsletter issue. So I will just say no. And Claude will keep researching. Then we have here another two questions. What is the goal of this issue? What opinion this newsletter issue should take? What Claude recommends here is, this deserves real scrutiny, not panicking. Then we have, this is a serious overreach that needs pushback. And we have the option of presenting both sides neutrally. That's what I want to choose. And what should the reader think, feel, or do after reading? This is something that I always find very important in every content that you put out. You need to tell the reader, okay, why was it worth spending some time of their life reading your content? What can they do about what they just read, or what can they reflect on? Okay, so the options we have here is notes when a chatbot suggestion might be an ad, reflect on how much trust we place in AI chat, think about their own product and business exposure. So if you are a business owner, in my case, I will say, as you can see here, Claude has written the whole newsletter exactly as I set up the system to do. So first we have a LinkedIn blurb, because not only will I publish this newsletter through an email marketing provider, I also publish it through LinkedIn as well. Then I have the hashtags, I have the images that I'm going to be showing you, the quality of the images. I have a too long didn't read section, and then I have my newsletter in 5 different sections, 6 as you can see here. Then I have my sign off and the sources, which is very important for the credibility of your work. Once I am okay in this case with the newsletter issue, all that I will do is just tell it that I am happy, all good, and ask it to generate the images. With the image generation part, I have set up the system in a way that once the whole newsletter has been written, as you can see here, now Claude will come up with the image prompts and it will send those prompts to the OpenAI API. Okay, so as you can see, currently I have $5.91 of credits here. So we need to generate, if I'm not mistaken, 6 images for this newsletter issue. Let's see how much it will cost. So pay attention to this. $5.91 is what I have now. Let's see how much I will pay to generate the 6 images for this newsletter issue. If you would like to have a system like that created for your business, custom tailored to your needs, to your voice, to your brand, have a look at the description below in this video and book a call with me and my team, and we are going to tell you exactly what kind of system will work in your case. However, in many cases, you don't want to have a team like mine to build this for you, and you can also build it by yourself, okay? In this case, I'm sharing with you 2 documents that will make this output way better. The first document is an anti-AI writing skill that you are going to feed to Claude, ChatGPT, and it will learn how to write in a more human-like way. And the second skill is a skill also enhancing how human your output will be. This one was developed by Sabrina Romanov. I'm not sure if I said her name correctly. Really like the stuff that she's putting out there. So if you want to do it yourself, make sure that you go to my newsletter as I'm showing here. Okay, boundless automation, and all that you are going to do is just put your name and your email address, and you are going to receive an welcome email, and in that email you are going to have a section called resource. Just click on that link and you are going to be sent to where all the resources that I provide. Right, Claude finished creating the images. As you can see here, it not only create the images, but it also verify then that they have been created according to the rules that I specified, and those rules will be according to my own branding, preferences, and things like that. And it also creates a Word document, which is something that I consider to be important. So the first thing I will do is I'm going to go to the folder. You're going to see the Word document it created, and I like to have a Word document because anything that I don't like in here, I can still change on the Word document before it upload to my website. So I like to have it. And now the images. Before I show you the images, first you can see that it created 6 images. So let's go back to the OpenAI website and see how much credits did that use. As you can see here, we had $5.91. Let's update the page and see. As you can see, to generate all those images, we spent less than 10 cents, which is fabulous, awesome. Now, what I want you to have in mind is, this is my main website, the website for Can AI Do It. Pay attention to the colors. I chose these colors because I want it to be different from the standard AI look, which is neon colors, dark colors. I actually want something a little bit easier on the eye. So as you can see, this is my branding colors. This is my personal newsletter, which I also made sure to be in line with my website. Okay, and now what you are going to see is that the images created, first of all, they are on point when it comes to the subject. So basically the topic is that ChatGPT will have ads now. And what we do with ChatGPT, we speak to it. So as you can see, a conversation that before was clean and now has ads and price tags. And the most important part is that is exactly like my branding colors. So everything here will be in alignment with my website. All right. So this is the first part. What I do now is I read the document, the Word document, and I see if I'm in agreement with it. And once I'm in agreement with it, what I want to do is I want it to be published automatically to my newsletter website. So it should be shown here as one of my newsletter issues. And I also want it to generate the stylized email for me to send to my newsletter subscribers. Now that I read through the newsletter issue and I'm happy with it, the part B of this project will start, which is to upload to the website and create the email. So for that, I have created a script here where all that I need to do is just run it. And the first thing that the script will do is ask me where the newsletter and its image is located. So I will go to that folder where I put all my things. And that's why I said that the Word document is important, because any change that I made here on the Word document will be carried final to the edition that will be published on the website. So I just copy this path here, and then I go back and I paste it here and give it an enter. And now I will be asked when I want my newsletter to be published, which date. I usually like it to be published once a week, usually on a Wednesday. So what I will do is I'm going to have a look when was the last time I published. And it was on the 26th of August. So all that I will do is the 3rd of September 2026 and press enter. And now what will happen here is the script will run. There is a very important step that I baked into this system, which is the ability to compress the images. As you can see, every single edition has around 5 to 6 images. And if you just dump these images on your web server, it will start getting very, very heavy quickly. As you can see here, the images by themselves, I think they are like this one here, for example, is 1.24 megabytes. It's too heavy. And the more you add posts to your website, the heavier it will be. So what I did here was, in my system, I created a process that will compress these images. So as you can see, no image is allowed to go above 80 KB. Okay, so all of them have had the target met. Now I will just have a look here and see if the structure is right. And now I will click on approve website publication. As you can see here, it says that the thing was approved. So if I go back to the website, as you can see, we can't see it yet, but if I update it, as you can see, the new edition will be here. And what happened as well is a new file, output with the email will be created. So all that I did was I opened this file, I copy its content, and now I go to my email marketing provider, which in this case is Kit. I already have a template that I created here with all my brand colors and styles. So I will click on it. And now all that I will do is make sure that I use a HTML block. Do this. And that's it. That's all I needed to do. As you can see, if the user wants to read it on the browser, which is the preferable experience, all that they need to do is just click here and I will land on this edition of my newsletter, the one that I just published here. And as you can see as well, the email have been written exactly with my brand colors and exactly in the way that I want it to be written. If you got to this point of the video and you are a founder or a head of marketing, I would love to hear what you think of this system. Again, if you'd like to work with me or my team, have a look at the description of this video and book a consultation. And if you are a do-it-yourself type of person, don't forget to grab the 2 documents that I will be providing also in the description of this link, so that you can make sure that your AI generated content will be as human as possible. Regardless of your approach, thank you so much for having watched the video. See ya next time.